days to come and carry us like wind in our sails.
Here is my rendition of my mind's eye of what I think our house plan
Was
looks
it difficult
like.
for you to draw that out?
No.
That's good.
Why?
Because it seems like you have trouble with like spatial awareness.
Spatial awareness.
Is that the proper term?
There were, why did I say it like that?
Well, we're moving to Georgia.
There were a few parts that got me tripped up. Okay, so we don't have a floor plan. I specifically asked for one and it's a 60s home. Let me stop messing with my hair. And I probably shouldn't set the camera on my water cup.
60s or 70s?
I think it was 60s because I remember thinking this is a 60-year-old home. There are no floor plans, but the current owners, soon to be previous owners, were so kind and sent us measurements of every room, which I didn't go down to the level of trying to make this drawing to scale. So
I didn't see the protractor or
the ruler. I was close. I wanted to just kind of get like a rough layout because it's really hard to look at pictures, especially on Zillow, and know where things are in relation to each other. It helped so much that our agent went and did a video walkthrough of it, and she was really good about, she would move to the next space and she would look, like turn the camera back to where she came from so you can kind of see where she came from and where she's going and where it was in relation to the previous one. But when we were looking at the house, I wasn't necessarily looking at where things were, like where the rooms were in relation to each other. I was more looking at like specifics, the finishes, and if it was the caliber or quality of home that we wanted,
right.
Which maybe I should have paid more attention to the layout because that does kind of matter.
Does it?
Turns out it's great. Thank goodness.
Is it?
Well, I guess our number one criteria was that it had a spot that Lala could go to to get away from us and have a retreat and live. Which we've sat down and done her floor plan. Did we talk about that in the vlog?
No.
Okay, we sat down and
finalize that?
kind of roughed out her floor plan. I don't think it's final, but it's on the refrigerator up there. I can show you that next. So this is what I think our floor plan is. I'm pretty sure it's close because I can see, like in the walkthrough of the den, I can look back at a certain point of the video and kind of thumb through it and see across the hall to this bathroom and vice versa. From the video in this bathroom, I can see that the den is catty corner. I know that you walk through the den to the dining room. I know that the door to the dining room is here. So I just kind of slowly pieced together where all the doors and the windows are. These windows are unbelievable. They are maybe a foot off the floor and go all the way up almost to the ceiling. All the windows are not standard windows. They're premium windows with a ton of light. And then this is a giant French door that is all glass, basically, that goes out onto the patio. So our bedroom also sees out onto the patio. Excuse me.
I'm making your dessert over here.
Thank you, I appreciate it. The girls' room is gonna be kind of opposite the living room from Bear's room, the baby's room, and our room. Wait a minute.
Yes?
Something's wrong.
Uh-oh.
Actually, I think something's very wrong. Isn't our closet, I think this just goes out a little bit further because didn't they take, like this is in here, didn't they take our closet, the closet for the baby's room?
Yeah, they don't have a closet.
Right. Dang it. Yeah, okay, so this is our, we'll just pretend like that is our closet. I'm writing with my left hand because I'm holding the vlog camera with my right. This is great. Okay, closet. I did spend an entire summer, I say an entire summer, probably the first week of the summer in probably 3rd grade, trying to teach myself to write with my left hand. I would sit out in the garage and like start copying sentences with my left hand. We have a den, which we won't use. There's a wall here.
Wait, we're not going to use the den?
For
Where am I
what?
going to carve my wood?
Are you talking about this den? The great room den?
Right by the fireplace?
Yeah, that's the great room.
That's where I'll be carving my wood.
You can whittle
Right.
there. This is the den. This is like the front door. This is the den that you first walk into, and then the formal dining room, which we have no use for either. So I don't know what we're gonna use those spaces for, especially since we'll have to stage it like a den probably. Or we could make it like a museum or like a shrine of all of our children. Okay, so anyway, you come in here. You could also
How big is the den?
go through here. I mean, it's the size of a living room.
Like, can we put the golf simulator in there?
We're not putting the golf simulator in the very first room that you walk into in our home. Sorry. I mean, I've been thinking about that because I do want you to have your golf simulator somewhere handy. Brad jokingly but probably seriously suggested that instead of using this bonus room that's just off the kitchen that I want to use as a homeschool room and playroom, he suggested we use that as the golf simulator room.
Actually, I think I'd rather just buy a shed for outside.
Okay.
And make that the golf simulator.
Wouldn't it be hot and stuff?
Well, yeah, I'd put air conditioner in there.
Okay.
Just a window unit.
Okay. Well, I want to do AstroTurf in here. So, anyway, we'll get to the details of that later. But we have this formal dining room space here that is also right off the kitchen that could easily be like the homeschool room, playroom, because we don't have a need for a formal dining room either. Then, Brad loves this idea. Currently, this is the great room. It's really interesting how they have it set up. So this is the fireplace here. They have seating here. So there's like a rug and couches and chairs. And then they also have a seating area here. And there's a rug and couches and chairs. Then they have a table and chairs here. And a table and chairs in the formal dining room. And then here they have a couch and a TV. So it's like you have 3 living rooms and 2 dining rooms and a bonus room. It's our ideal situation, really, because of just all the opportunities for togetherness in different capacities. But what I think that currently the kitchen is completely walled off. So there's a wall here, solid. You cannot get through, like you can't get to this area unless you go out and all the way around. There is a small window here over the sink that you could pass through, but I don't see us using this space to eat. We just wouldn't. I guess if anything, we would use this space to eat. We would come in here and sit.
Right.
But if we have people over and we're like hanging out, I don't know where we'll hang out. Like, we're gonna wanna hang out in the kitchen. I feel like people do that. The kitchen it's just very 60s to have the kitchen completely blocked off from the rest of the living space. This wall right here, we were looking back at the video and it's super thin. Definitely not load bearing this direction. So I'm just thinking, like, in my dream scenario, I drew this in. So if this was all like counter height and was just like this giant L-shaped island, that the kids, like we could have the kids all sitting in their own spot and I can make food and pass it over to them sitting here. How amazing would that be?
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
It would. And if we did that, like the sink can stay here, the dishwasher can stay here. This wall is probably load bearing, but we could leave like a post here and a post here. And if we can, make a pass through, like eliminate this wall here if we can, or even like make it an archway, just like a walk through, a pass through this direction, don't you think?
Right.
If that's load bearing, you can make a door in it, right?
Yeah.
What about like a flappy door? One of the flappy ones. You know, that you walk through and it like flaps.
Like a saloon.
Yeah, like a saloon.
Saloon door.
Yeah. So anyway, that would be like my ultimate dream scenario. And this house was way under budget, which Brad keeps reminding me that like, that doesn't mean that we have that money liquid to put into the house, but I don't foresee it being that much.
If we just sell our appliances.
Yeah, that's the thing. We have all of our appliances purchased from when we were going to build a house, and they're all in stock, just like sitting waiting for us. And if we sold them, they would cover this whole thing. But I think that would function a lot better. I feel like just having the space for the kids to help me as much as they do in the kitchen is gonna be so crucial. And to have them be able to help me by like sitting, instead of all of us being in here and them all like tripping over each other trying to help me, some of them could be on this side of the island or like over here, and this could all be a prep space. So they could be sitting on their stool or on their step stool or whatever, and we'd have like this whole space to work together. And you're being very quiet. Is this not something that you want to do?
No, I love that idea.
Oh.
I think it's genius. Hopefully we can do it.
What are your reservations?
I don't know about, well, because the stove is right here
Okay, I feel like
in the hood.
there's a lot of, I feel like I've seen a lot of range cooktops in an island. So how do they do that?
Well, they just have the hood just goes up into the ceiling.
Gotcha. So it's just like a special kind of hood that doesn't mount to a wall.
Right. Just hangs down from the ceiling.
Is that something
It wouldn't be that hard.
like that you just buy? We would have to buy a hood that is a ceiling mounted hood. Okay. Okay.
Yeah. That's probably doable.
Okay. Cool. Well, we'll see you guys tomorrow.